That's way better than whatever Chad makes. Yeah. Oh, hi, everybody. Hey, thank you so much for joining us here on the first 30. We are the Funky Panther. We are the Funky Panther.
We are the Funky Panther. We actually bring the funk. We are 2/3 of the funk.
The colorful bunch. You know.
And then and part of the panth. I think Chad is the
He is the her. We're the panth.
He's the
we're the pant.
We're the pant.
And he's the her. Because, you know, who wears the pants here?
A singular pant. We're both wearing the same pant.
Yeah, one leg in each hole. So
it's weird to call it pant.
Yeah.
Even okay, is it pants or is it pant? Because if you only have one pair,
a pair of pants,
they're not even a pair
of pants.
Because a pair.
Why don't you go get a pair of pants?
Yeah, but a pair would quantify two, right?
Yeah. Maybe. So, are they counting like each leg hole?
I don't know. Is he? We need someone in the chat whenever y'all get in here.
Christy, so is it like a pant?
We need to find out.
That's a fine pant.
That's a question I think we should pose to. I think we should pose that to everybody.
Daddy Paul. We should ask Daddy Paul.
Daddy Paul.
Yeah,
he's the fashion guru. What is a pant?
Is it a pant or a pair of pants?
Yeah. Are you saying Pam or Pan?
I think I can help with this Pam situation.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I wanted to get into a conversation about pants because I'm seeing these ads for these different kinds of pants, and like they're like, you know, oh, these pants are different because they
stretch.
They stretch and also go to your butt and make your butt look nice.
I saw that.
Saggy.
These are they're using women's pants for men. I feel.
You think so?
This is this is women pant tactics.
Yeah.
That they're selectively targeting the weak male, and trying to hype us up, right? They're like, have you ever felt bad about your ass?
Dude, I mean, I'm sure I'm sure my brethren out there, like, they put on a pair of pants and they feel like they can run the world, and they look at their butts and they're like, oh, raspberries, they got a saggy butt.
And so these are supposed to like go in there and just lift the ass, I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I digress. Anyways, I've also been seeing shapewear for men.
Oh, I wear like Fabletics, you know.
Is that? But that's not really shapewear.
It's. Oh, you mean
I'm
like
talking?
Spanx?
I'm talking about basically Spanx for men.
Yeah.
Except for
I would like that.
It's not this part.
Not
it's
for
just
the
like,
wiener.
No. You want that to be.
I don't want to hide the wiener.
You want that to be. That's a game we like to play, but that's also something that we want out, right?
Yes.
But no, this is more of like a. It's like a tank top that's supposed to like suck your
in a little
gut.
bit.
Yeah.
You know what? Whenever we're done, can you actually, if anybody out there,
we can find them.
If anybody out there can send me, because Spanx are expensive. Like, I want to get some of those dupes. You know, I don't think, I haven't checked on Temu if they have any dupes.
That's where I saw them was on Temu. Yeah,
seriously?
Yeah. Just real quick in the chat though, pant is something a dog does, and my mom.
If anybody knows Jared's mom,
it's Jared.
It's Jared.
That's fucking weird, dude.
Yeah, dude, you're talking about your mom.
Man, well, whatever.
Come on, man.
You know, she's a nice lady.
She's a sweet lady.
Yeah. Anyways, I saw it on Temu. That's where I found it. That's where, like, you know, weird shit pops up, and it's not things that I'm searching. Like, I swear, my search is not men's shapewear.
Yeah.
However, it got me looking at it. I'm like, is this really a thing? You know, and it is.
Yep. So I think maybe like, because this has been out for a good while. Like, these have been out for at least like 10 years that we know of.
Well, yeah, they let women develop it first and figure out like what's going to work before they let the man use it.
Absolutely, and more power to them, because, you know, the masculine race, is it a race? Gender, the male gender, we're like very, like, you know, sexual or like terrible beings. Men are shit. I'm just gonna say,
like, where are you going?
Men are shit.
Men are sexual beings, and they're.
Hey, it's me. It's me. I forgot his name. It's been. Fuck, what's his name? I was gonna say Ted Lasso.
I keep wanting to say Donald Trump, but it ain't Donald Trump either.
Oh my
Alex
God.
Jones.
Hey, it's me, Alex Jones. Everybody, it's been a long time since I've been here, Mr. Funky Panther. But I just want to let you know that I'll wear Spanx. Spanx, they hold everything high and tight, and I got a saggy old man boobies, and I gotta wear those Spanx. And that was Alex Jones, everybody.
Man, those who are not in here yet are really missing out.
Yeah,
on
they
that.
really are. You're really all of you people are missing out.
I don't know how I feel about it though.
Really?
I wore. I mean, I've had like the compression shirts and stuff like that for athletics stuff,
for
right?
working out. Yeah.
And that always I feel constricted.
Well, it's kind of like the same thing when it comes to like my sweating, like my hyperhidrosis, like back in the day. Like I used to wear them like before dates, like on like a couple
Just
dates.
keep everything sucked in.
Yeah, well, to keep the sweat in because I'd be
Moisture
like
wicking,
nervous,
right?
and
Yeah.
I would. And the cool thing, well, everything was very slim and form fitting, but like extra padding on the armpits, so that way, like you wear it like. I had a very thin V-neck shirt. That way
Did
they
you
could see
buy
it.
like? Did you ever buy women's pads and put them in your armpits? Did you ever think about doing that?
Whenever, no, I didn't. But we were cleaning the house.
What is
out.
it? Sanitary napkins.
Sanitary. That's exactly what they are. But we were cleaning the house out, and I had ordered like a bunch of like pads to go on your shirt, which you're probably right.
Yeah.
They're sanitary napkins, and they just put them on the like armpit of your shirt, and it would absorb the sweat. But,
Yeah.
you know, and I was like, I don't need these anymore. These are fine. I'm not a single man anymore, so this is perfect. It's no big deal. But yes, if anybody out there can tell us the situation for pants, let us know. A liner would be better on the group chat. A liner would be better than a thick pad. That is correct. Well, I mean, like the one that was on the shirt was a little thick, but it absorbed all the sweat.
So I'm getting an alert here, and I'm gonna have to run out, I guess.
Oh no.
I know this is annoying, but I can't sit here all night without TV. Can you help me? Just give
Go if you want to
first
go ahead.
30. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Javier's gonna.
I'm gonna
rant.
rant for a bit. As I take a big drink of this drink. So, hi everybody. It's me, Funky Panther Javi here, all by himself. I'm the king of the world. I'm the greatest there is, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. I hope everybody's doing great tonight. You know what? I know everybody's at home watching and they're like, God, what a mess. But you're going to be like, man, you know what? This might be one of the best episodes ever. Not like last week. I was kind of drunk last week. What am I drinking? I'm drinking zero sugar strawberry cream Dr. Pepper. That was the girlfriend. She was, shout out to Tammy. And go see her at Dreamhouse Salon. She is the owner, and she does great extensions and stuff like that. So check her out. I'm also drinking a little bit of whiskey too. So I finished the bottle over there. It wasn't a lot anyway. But it's going to be a good episode. I think this is our last episode without Chad. As you know, Chad is out perusing Iceland with my podcast buddy Lance from the Ballbag podcast. So it'll be fun to have him back. Future guests. We're still lining up a good amount of people, and we're going to have the owner and the beer sommelier over at Funky Picnic near the end of the month. Unfortunately, I won't be here for that. The boys should be here, and but I think we're working on dates. Also, in October, I think it's October 15th. I'm not sure on the dates, but Arts Goggles happening. We're going to have a table set up. The earlier, the better. We can get a better spot. Hopefully, we're like in front of a bar or maybe like Dreamhouse Salon. Who knows? But we're going to be recording out there live, so please check us out. What else can I say while he's setting up the TV for his lady? Finally, the Javier Show. It's a great episode. And shout out to the boys over at the RAP podcast. I know they got an episode coming out on the 25th, and hopefully sooner than later, man, because, we've been missing out. What other podcasts can I shout out now? Of course, listen to Tales from the Fort. Arts Goggle on the group chat. Arts Goggle is October 21st, and that is a Saturday, I hope. So hopefully everybody checks that out. Go over there and meet us, buy some merch. Get some stickers for free, and maybe might even be on an episode. We're going to start recording over there, so it'll be fun. Where was I? Okay, Tales from the Fort, check them out. The RAP podcast, like I said before, check them out also. Fort Worth Roots, us, the Funky Panther, Forever Reckless, the Osos Golosos, Robin's Pod, Corks and Cowtown. I think the whiskey's kind of hidden a little bit. But please check everybody out. Check out your local podcasts. And other than that, on the group chat, what's everybody doing? What are we doing? I see there's a couple people on. Anybody else's allergies fucking them up? Because they're really fucking me up. Aside from that, listing off my shoes. What to say? Listing off my shoes if you need filler. There's too many pairs of shoes that I have right now. I recently got the social status sneaker, the Nike sneaker, the sneak attacks that are green, and you can actually shave off the edges. And a funny story, I was actually cleaning out the house trying to figure out what shoe to wear a couple weeks back. And I went through my closet and I'm like, holy shit, there's like boxes of Jordans here. And like I'm looking through them and I'm laughing. And so I get to the very bottom and it's a Jordan box. And I'm like, what is this? I know it's a throwback retro. And I open the box and it's a pair of Jordan 11 breads. And I'm like, holy fuck, I forgot about these. I forgot I have these. I got the Concords. I had the Space Jams, but I get rid of those for some ungodly, depressing reason. But man, it was funny to know that I had a pair of breads because that's one of my grails. Not to mention like the Mars Yard 2s that I have that I've never worn out in public. I just like wear them once in the house. But it's funny to see like, which is a problem I have with sneakers. I buy them and I don't wear them. And if anybody else has an issue with like buying things and not wearing them, like let me know. I have that problem too with my like Supreme stuff. Like for the longest time, like I had to go through, I think maybe like 3 months before we actually started using the Supreme fridge. But like I figured no one's gonna buy it. I paid like a good amount of money for it. I'm just gonna use it. So on the group chat, you go to Andrew's event on the 23rd. I'm gonna try to. I know. I think is it 23rd or 26th. I want to know. I think it is on a weekend. I think. This month. It's on this month. I'll be there. I'll be over there. I chatted with him on group chat, not a group chat, but on his TikTok. They just hung the banner up. It's gonna be at Pouring Glory, September 23rd. I guess from what I think Johnny or Jay. I'm not sure. One of y'all guys is running the chat, but yeah, check that out. On September 23rd. It's going to be a great event. Your entry is already paid for with his list of sponsors. You can go to his page and his podcast notes. There is Johnny. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? There's a list of like his sponsors that are helping him with the event. It's going to be a great time. It was an amazing time last year getting on the Pod Squad crew together, and now like with the podcast and PBR happening, like there was a time to meet everyone else. So I know that with the amount of podcasters that are out there now, it's hard to like get to meet a bunch of y'all. So head out over there like we did with the podcast and PBR event. Check it out. That way we can all like get together and meet up. It's never a bad thing to have more friends in the podcast business industry. But we're here to support each other. Sorry, allergies are fucking with me. But we're always here to help, and we're not big dick swinging people. Like we're really down to earth people, and we don't like tooting our horn. We're a fun podcast. We like being out there and talking to you guys and meeting y'all whenever we do, or meeting others. But don't get it twisted. Like come out, like talk to us. And, you know, if there's something that you don't like about it, just let us know, like in a civil way. Let us know. Like we're not here just, you know, I mean, we joke a lot. Like that's why like I'm having a good interaction with Johnny from the RAP podcast. Like it's just been like very cordial, and there's a lot of love. I mean, we get into our shit and we like, you know, talk a bit here and there, but I mean, like, come on, it's all fun and games. So let's just engage in it, enjoy it, and let's help everybody rise up. I mean, the people and the guests that I've seen, and I mean, look, Dank has this podcast coming out too. It's supposed to be this month. I got to check and see. I got to ask him. But Dank has a great podcast coming out, and I can't wait to listen to it. I can't wait to be a guest on it because honestly, let's be real. Like of all the guests that we've had here, I think Dank has been like one of my favorite ones. He's such a great human. He's very real when it comes to his talk, and like it's one of those things where if you support him, like he'll support you all the way. Like he's such a great human being, and he's done like a great deal of things for the music industry, and just for like, you know, his kickball games or his like taco events, like I mean stuff like that, and like even getting to finally watch him perform at Ernie Day, it was such a great time. And man, I really hope that everybody out there gets a chance to listen to him as well as all the other Fort Worth podcasts. And hopefully, like, we'll get a chance to update the podcast list on Visit Fort Worth's website soon to include everyone else. And Tales from the Fort, they'll be there too. So yeah, see, like, I mean, that's the thing I love. Like, I love seeing all the other shows happening and getting together and getting to meet each other. Like, I mean, Johnny and Jay have been on with Tales from the Fort, and it's good seeing everybody come together. So other than that, I'm just going to keep sipping on my whiskey. If anybody's on the group chat's got something to talk about, I mean, I can still talk about like the other shoes that I have. I mean, that's I do want to say this, like having somebody live with me now has been like such an upgrade. Like I didn't realize like how bad I was living, but now it's like a lot better. Like things are different. Like walls are different colors, rooms are nicer and have more room, and but it's a lot of fun. So I suggest everybody do it. I mean, Johnny's married, so I mean he knows what I'm talking about, and Jared's divorced, so cheers to that. Tim's back. Hey Tim.
Cheers to divorce. I have no idea what
Cheers
you're talking
to divorce.
about. Man, I got in there. Okay, so here's what happened. We got a brand new TV. I want to talk about what I did. I bought a brand new Samsung.
Oh, which one? I got one too.
I bought the I don't know, 70C or whatever. It's QLED 4K.
God damn.
Dude, it's pretty fucking sweet. However, for whatever reason, it's not wanting to work right now. So she can't connect to the apps that are on there. None of them are opening. She wants to watch Harry Potter.
Of course.
Harry Potter is her Tuesday night ritual right now.
What movie is she on right now?
Prisoner of Azkaban.
The Prisoner of Azkaban?
Azkaban, yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's trying to get that. So that's where I went. I went to try to troubleshoot that. None of the apps are working for whatever reason.
That was happening to me the other day.
Yeah, I don't know.
I got a Samsung TV also.
Did you?
Yeah, because like I tried getting on Netflix and it wouldn't go.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, what the fuck?
Man, maybe it's Samsung.
Maybe. I think it might be. I mean,
you know, they have problems with their refrigerators. I do know that.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they're just having problems with all their shit. So I'm going to figure out how to do a hard reset at some point and just reset the TV and kind of go from there. But
I think it's working now, but like the other day I was trying to like just get on for Bubba because whenever we leave, like Bubba's there, we put Community on.
You put Community on for Bubba to watch?
Yeah, Tammy does. I mean, whatever. I would put Dog TV, but he would go crazy with Dog TV.
I heard Bluey.
Bluey, really?
Yeah, because Bluey is in the color scheme that dogs can see.
Really? Was it like all neutral basic colors?
No, they can see like blues and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Let's see. The Office is my every night show, and I can't watch it because the MTV and VMAs have taken over every channel on the network. Damn. Seriously? The VMAs are like, okay, like it's on MTV, VH1, CMT, what else? Just hit the TV and it should work from Johnny from the RIP podcast.
I'm gonna take it out like Office Space and just go outside and I plan on just smashing the shit out of it. Honestly, we're gonna play some. I can't remember what song. It wasn't "Damn It Feels Good to Be a Gangster." That was from another portion.
Are you
of it.
sure?
Yeah, they were playing something else on that. But I'm gonna go out there and figure out what song they're playing. We're gonna put it out in the yard with baseball bats.
What song was it?
I just threw away the box, so that's a problem. So I'd have a hard time delivering it back to Best Buy.
Well, on the box it says, "Do not destroy the box if you're going to return it." And so
I wasn't planning on returning it. Though.
I kept the barcode. Like that's all I kept. And Tammy's like, "What are you doing with that?" I'm like, "You got to keep it. You got to keep the barcode
in case you want to return it."
That's right.
Honestly, I think you should have kept the box. Tammy's going to kill me for that one, but I think you should have kept the box.
We had too many boxes.
I know.
Yeah.
I have too many boxes here too.
Let's see. Bubba can't watch that because it has cartoon animals. Yeah, he gets onto cartoon animals. He does.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he does. Any animal, like horses or goats, any animal, like he'll like whine and go up to the TV, bark, and then eat food. It's weird. It's a weird thing. I've never seen a dog do
That's
that.
the weirdest fucking thing, man.
It's crazy. Like even the dog like that lives behind us, like he'll when he first met the dog, he was running. It's a she, so they were running back and forth and just bark, 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 bark. And then after a while, like Bubby started chilling out, like running, still barking, but like chilling out. But the neighbor's dog just keeps barking, and Bubby's like, I just want to have fun. Like, let's have fun. What do you
And
know?
now he whines and just eats food.
Yeah, now he wants to eat food.
Okay. Well,
But let's see
what
what
a
else.
life, man.
Yeah, Paramount, Comedy Central, Pop, and a couple others. Yeah, that Viacom.
That's like whenever the president was on giving a speech or whatever. You didn't have cable, and so you were just fucked having to watch either. You had to. I was gonna say you could either watch the Spanish news channel, but they even broadcasted the president back then. I don't know if they still do.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, man. I mean, I love that kind of stuff. Like, you know.
But as a kid, you wanted to see the president talking.
Fuck yeah. You know, like when growing up, man, I was watching like Gulf War coverage with Peter Jennings on ABC News. ABC News.
The only I do vaguely remember seeing some of that coverage.
Yeah.
But the only thing that I remember, like sitting down and watching, was Waco whenever it was on fire, or whatever Branch Davidian was on fire. I mean, we were little then, but I vividly remember watching that unfold on TV.
Mm-hmm.
But I hated if the president was on giving the State of the Union address. I didn't understand any of that shit.
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch it.
As an adult, like I enjoy it more, but with Joe Biden, I'm like, oh, man, come on. All right, I'll just get the highlights later because he's probably going to be talking about like gumballs and.
I did see that, and someone, I got trapped with that one of those gotcha headlines kind of thing, and it wasn't that they were like, "Gotcha, bitch." It was more of like kind of sucking you in and making you off,
sucking you in,
and making you read this article, and then it really didn't add up to what the title was, and so it was basically Kamala Harris states that she is prepared to take over office. And I was like, "Holy shit! What the fuck's?" I was like, "What's happening? Did Joe have a stroke? Is he sick? Did they finally say that they've had enough and he's crazy?
He rode a bike and fell. Maybe
what happened, right?" And so I get in there and it's just like, "Oh, if anything was to happen, she's prepared." And that was it. Like, I'm like, as any fucking vice president should be, right?
Yeah. What was that? What's it called? The fucking.
I was like, what is this shit? Why are you wasting my time?
I hate that stuff. Like, it's like somebody posted under one of those important posts, like, the guy you hated in high school says something you might like. Like, I'm like, what? This doesn't look like anybody I know. It looks like the guy from fucking Beans from Even Stevens.
Everybody knew a Beans, though.
Everybody fucking knew a Beans. I knew a Beans. I knew a couple of Beans.
I knew a Beans.
A couple of Tisms. I mean.
But you would click on him. You'd click on it thinking, like, is it someone... Was it one of those like trying to spam you? Like,
yeah.
No, this wasn't scam. This was a straight up, like, it was a legit news article. But that's why I was confused. I started reading it. I was like, okay, so spill the tea. What's happened with Joe? And then it's just that she's just prepared in the event that something was to happen. I'm like, oh, that's kind of ominous. But it's more of, no, I'm just like. That's why I'm vice president. So if something was, it was like they were trying to explain what being vice president kind of entails.
Oh, you know the what's it, the succession, the roles of succession.
Yeah, it was kind of like explaining that. And I'm like, okay, I'm not stupid.
Oh, and so you're saying also the Speaker of the House is also prepared to take the office if the vice president. Oh, but like the fucking lead, whatever, blah blah blah.
But you know who's not? I thought someone was knocking at the door.
Oh,
scared me for a second. But you know who's not?
Who?
You know who's not prepared?
Who?
I'm not prepared.
Why not?
I haven't prepared myself to take office. So one of these days they're going to call me up, though.
They will. I guarantee it. I'm like the Men's Warehouse of Man.
What if
I guarantee.
Let's just say, like, for selecting presidents, right? What if we drop the whole voting aspect, right? And we put them through a series of tests.
Like what? Tell me.
We start off with like basic logic skills, like fit the square block into the square hole.
Okay, so Jordan and Kate are not a part of this then.
No.
Okay.
So we start off with that.
Sorry, I'm kidding.
We start out with the simple stuff, right? Like put the shape in the right corresponding shape. Okay, cool. You pass that. Mm-hmm. Great. Let's move you up to the next thing. Maybe some basic math skills, basic reading interpretation, things like that, right?
Yeah.
Now we get a little bit further up. And then we give them weapons and let them fight to the death. And the strong survives. And that's how we select our future president.
This is funny because you just kind of explained how they did with like the anime Full Metal Alchemist. Like they selected their Fuhrer out of like a
Whoa,
bunch
whoa, whoa.
No, hold on. This
We're
isn't
not
like this
selecting.
isn't like that's what they called him. They called him the Führer.
We're not selecting
And when they found the strongest, the smartest guy who could lead a people, like they gave him like the ultimate eye, like this homunculus type of power.
Or what if we do it more like The Voice, where
People
you
call
got
in?
well, you got like, or what is the one where they're all in the chairs turned around?
The Voice.
The Voice. Yeah. So they're up on stage giving their presidential debate, their speeches or
You're
whatever.
singing What a Girl Wants.
Yeah. We put them through a whole series of things, right? And then we decide, all right, is Blake Shelton going to pick this one?
Hey there, everybody. It's me, Blake Shelton. I think you should go join me in my party.
I think that's how they should do it. They should have representatives of like the different parties. Ooh, here you go. You've got representatives of the different parties, and they're all facing away, and they listen. And it could be someone who's a Democrat up there giving the speech.
They got to change their voice. They got to change their distort their voice
because you can tell if they're a Democrat or a communist or whatever just by their.
Everybody, it's me, Blake Shelton.
Like that's a redneck. I mean, that's a Republican. Sorry, no offense. Sorry, it's a redneck right there.
But you could tell. So you have to distort their voice. That way you can't tell by their voice. And then you give them a very like neutral sounding. And that way, you like the Republican Party's like, okay, I like this person. They turn around, it's like a non-binary, whatever. But they're stuck with them now, and that's who they've got to. Okay, you're going to represent us,
Joke's on you, everybody.
That actually I think makes more sense.
I think that'd be the better way to be honest with everybody, because like again, people are just going after people that hate the people they hate. Like, oh, this guy hates these guys, and I don't like them, and I love them, and I'm going to vote for him. Like, I mean, it's kind of like the lesser of two evils right now. I think what you're saying is a great point, and I think we should do it.
It's a blind, just a blind, not blind election, but then you get your representatives that way. It's like who's going to be representing each faction. We're going to call them factions.
Yeah.
And then or districts.
That was
Hunger Games?
That was Hunger Games, baby.
We good with that?
I mean, let's be real. No, I was going to say race war, but no, that's a completely
let's not have that.
No.
Because I
don't want people looking like lions coming after me.
And I'm probably gonna die.
So weird. No, yeah. I mean, you're smart. You can be like a game master or something. You and J Boy can be like.
Did you call me Did you say game master? Game master. Why do I gotta do that? Why do I gotta be the game master?
Hey,
now?
everybody, it's me. I'm Tim. No, I think that'd be a good idea. Term limits for one. I just want to say, I mean, not term limits, age limits.
Because I've said
like
that for Congress.
Fucking 80-year-old president. I mean, dude, give me new shit. Give me like.
Yeah, I want that new hotness.
Give me that like new Pepsi. Give me that new Pepsi real sugar flavor. Pepsi, sponsor us. Come on, Pepsi, we're open.
I'm open for anybody to sponsor us at this point.
Anybody, yeah.
Yeah, I get that. And let's take it a step further, and let's say that they have to be, in order for their campaign, they got to get sponsorships. Instead of donations, they have to like.
You mean
go
like
out.
Corporations?
Yeah, like
this, Nike.
Yeah,
Jordan.
Right. This president is sponsored by Nike. He comes out in some fresh J's.
Oh fuck, man! If he was sponsored by Jordan, I'd be like, "Oh, what he wearing?" I'll tell you what he'd be wearing. He's either going to be wearing Air Jordan 1s or Jordan 11s. That's the only two. The only two if you want to be my president.
I've been looking at some of the other Jordans too.
Really? Oh, well, some of them are great. I have no problems, but the main two are 1s and 11s. Those are the ones that people get. Like,
honestly,
I know you got the ones. You got the one.
I got the ones.
You got the Paris Saint Germain one, the Zoom 1 Comforts.
And then I've got another pair of Zoom 1 Comforts, but they're like the coral color and tan kind of. Yeah, I like those too.
So yeah, if you're gonna if I'm gonna vote for you, here's okay. I'm not gonna be biased with anything. I'm gonna say this: during the inauguration, somebody had a pair of the Air Jordan 1 Dior's, which were going for like buku amount of money, and I'm like, ooh, this is the fire, this is the fire, this is the heat. But I just love seeing that. I just love when actors or politicians are out for the culture and they're like wearing the stuff.
What are you gonna do if you got one that comes out with the Air Up Tempo 96s?
I mean,
I feel like that's making a statement.
That's your statement. That's you. That's
That
a
is-
vote
that-
voting for you all the way.
I like that.
I want to get a pair. I was thinking about it today. I was like, God, which pair should I get now? I really want to get the Supreme ones. Like those things look pretty fucking fire. Like
I'm
those are
sure,
pretty
but
sick.
they're Supreme, and they're probably what, $1,000?
Nah, well, I mean, I got a pair of Supreme. I forgot which Nikes I have. Ones are my favorite. Yes, ones are like the most comfortable.
They
to
are so
me.
comfortable. I want to get some dupe, because I can't afford the real ones,
Yeah.
but the what's it called? The Freddy Krueger ones.
Oh, the Nike SBs.
Yeah, I want some of
Yeah,
those, but
those are
I
clean.
cannot afford.
Well, I mean, like, look
the real
here.
ones.
People are saying it like this. Like, I mean, if that's the thing about these kinds of sneakers. Like, I mean, they're limited for a reason. But like, you're not going to spend like 10 or 20 grand on a pair of shoes.
I like how I'm
So-
getting updates on the TV situation. It started working on the Xbox after a couple of tries. Well, I'm thankful of that. Yeah, we'll have to figure out the internet stuff. I was look, all right. So I torrent movies sometimes, from time to time, right?
I used to do it all the time.
I got sometimes I get hit with some. Hey, you downloaded some shit.
Like letters from Spectrum or whoever you.
Yeah. So I was like, all right. So I've redid my VPN.
Yes.
So I got my VPN up and running, and I changed my DNS. I'm getting real technical here. Changed my DNS server to like an open DNS, like Google or something
Yeah.
like that, right? And so I've been messing with that, and so maybe that might have affected a few things. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at it. I've got a lot of I got a lot of shit going on right now.
I'll tell you what though. Like, do not buy shoes on the Wi-Fi if you're going to do that, because they're going to like shut your sneakers account. They're going to shut your sneakers account down
If you're using a VPN,
if you're using a VPN.
oh, because they think you're a bot.
Yeah.
Mm.
They're going to kick that off real quick. And I've gotten lucky when it comes to sneakers. Like, I mean, the sneakers app.
That's
So-
something I never would have thought of.
Me getting lucky?
No.
Oh,
no,
the bot, like,
yeah,
or
using a VPN. I'm
Yeah.
like getting like, nah, we ain't gonna sell to you.
it's kind of like, there are overseas exclusives that they have that you got to be over there. Or even here, thank God, praise the gods that we have like a Nike town here. That's not really a Nike
Do
town.
we?
It's over off of University, where ET is?
Like
Lululemon, like
no. Oh yeah. Okay, I got you. I'm thinking like you said ET.
ET.
Okay.
ET. Check out ET.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah.
out ET.
No, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But they got a Nike store over there where they get drops. So now you're able to, whenever they have exclusive drops, you're able to almost like reserve your pair at the store, and then you can just go in there within like the 2 hours that they give you and pick up your pair. Very cool thing. We were too far
What
from
sucks is
Dallas.
I'm at fucking work though, and
True,
there's no,
true.
yeah.
But I mean, like, you got to take.
well,
your
not
ID.
so much. It's not as bad anymore now.
No,
Because I actually I'm in the office, so I'd be like,
Oh,
hey, I
fuck
got to fucking leave. I got to go get these shoes.
dude, there are times where I'll leave because I'm like, oh fuck, a pair of J's got to the door. I got to go home. But like, I'm lucky now because Tammy's at the house. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, just fucking get it, pick it up. No,
Yeah, I have like my expensive shit sent to my parents' house
that's smart.
because there's someone always home there.
Yeah.
I originally ordered that TV through Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
and when I ordered it, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get it on Friday. I didn't look at the date. I looked at it said Friday, and that's where my brain stopped. My brain stopped at Friday. It was like Friday, October 27th.
What the fuck?
And I was like, here comes Thursday, and I'm checking the order to see if it's shipped yet because it hadn't even pulled out of my account yet.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, why hasn't the money come out? Where's the TV at? I get on there and look, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to cancel that shit. I ended up buying it at Best Buy. And I told you this.
Yes.
So Javier and I, in case you didn't know, Javier and I used to work at Best Buy.
As a bunch of our other friends also.
Yeah,
like Tammy worked there. Like Hervey worked there.
We've had a ton.
Dirty Mike.
There's been a ton of friends that have worked at Best Buy at some point, right?
Yes.
And Javier and I worked at the Ridgemar store. If you're here, if you're familiar with Fort Worth,
234.
over off of Green Oaks and 30.
Nice
and
store.
I remember, I didn't hate working there, but I hated work. I hated working.
Shout out to Mark Stewart.
I hated retail. But I walked into the store on Hewlin because I had to go pick up my TV.
Yeah.
And I walked in there and I was like, man, it's the first time I walked into a Best Buy in like years.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I actually kind of miss it. I kind of miss, and it's not so much like I miss the work. Like the work wasn't like fulfilling. Like I
Yeah.
didn't, I felt like I was just a cog in a machine there, just working just to get a paycheck, doing my daily activities, right? But it was kind of like this nostalgic feeling, but also feeling as if like simpler times, right?
Yeah.
Going back and thinking like this is, we're talking like 2000, for me, I think I started
Oh, 04.
I started there in
03.
03. Yeah, I started there in 03. And I worked for Best Buy I only worked for Best Buy for 3 years. I worked from 03 to 06. But it's just a simpler time back then. Like,
it was, yeah. There was really, Amazon was a presence, but it wasn't as big as
it wasn't as big as it was now.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm not gonna lie, I actually enjoyed going in there and having to pick it up, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm like, I have it in hand.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered it online. I didn't have to deal like really very limited interaction, right? I didn't have to go in there and look at anything, have anybody sell anything to me. But it was more of just like going in there. I'm like, I left with the product in hand instead of ordering it on Amazon and having to wait. It was pretty much instant gratification.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I miss that. Like, yeah, I get like sometimes you can get like same day delivery or whatever with Amazon.
Yeah.
But you still have to wait, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I'm changing my the way I do things. If it's something I really, really want, I'm gonna check and see if Best Buy's got it or Walmart's got it or whatever, and I'll either order it or go there and pick it up. Yeah, it's not as convenient because I have to actually physically go somewhere. But dude, it took me 10 minutes.
I mean, it's like if you know what you want, you do your research, you get it, you order it, and go to the store. Perfect. It's a lot better.
Yeah.
But like having to wait like a day or two, like I mean, sometimes I just want to like pick it up then.
Right, and I don't know how I don't know what Best Buy's not political stance, but like their overall like workmanship is like. But I know they changed. So I do know they had to change a few things to compete with Amazon, right? So they turned all their stores into kind of like live warehouses. So you can order from them and get sometimes same day delivery, which is pretty cool. But I do know that Amazon works their workers to the bone. Like those people like work their ass off.
Unionize, baby.
And so like part of me still like I'm still gonna order. I'm not gonna stop Amazon. I'm still gonna order stuff from Amazon, right?
Yeah.
But there is another part of me that's like, you know what? Maybe I should. It's a corporate. I'm still supporting the corporation, right? But maybe I should go to this corporate store and actually go in there and support like the building that's supplying jobs. And I get it, like these DFCs and stuff like that are supplying jobs to people in our community as well.
What's a DFC?
Distribution fulfillment centers, like So like they're those fulfillment centers for Amazon are supplying jobs for people too, but the conditions aren't nearly as good. They have all these quotas like they have to meet. Like I've got to bag this money in this hours, and then like the people delivering it has to like deliver so many in such a
to
whatever
get
time.
This amount.
Yeah, and so maybe like I'm gonna lessen that and actually go and support stores where people are working and trying to sell stuff. I think I'm gonna try to switch that.
Like it's funny whenever we went to get Tammy's tablet and we were like exchanging the computer I bought her because it sucked. And there was people who were like, where's anybody? Where's somebody? And we asked the guy, hey, is there anybody that works back here? Yeah, that's me. Yeah, hold on. Let me go get or I don't know what the fuck. It was really annoying, though. But we had to order it, and then they're like, well, do you want it shipped like to your house? I'm like, it'll take like 2 days. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. No problem. But, I mean, like you were saying in our group chat, like if we were getting paid the same amount to work there, like, look, if we
if I could make what I make right now, I would hands down go right back to work there, and I'd have a great time,
dude. I mean, like if I'll say this,
discount alone.
Yeah. My brother just like finished. My brother just left his job over there, and we were like trying to buy I bought my TV the last week he was there because I
should have waited. I should have like hit I was wanting to get a new TV. We've been talking about getting a new TV, and I should have just been like, hey, I need to get a new TV too.
Dude, I mean, the thing.
Could you imagine, like, he's buying 2 TVs before he leaves?
Dude, like, the thing was, it wasn't, like, man, I probably got, like, $150, $200 off the TV.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
But the warranty, like, that in protection.
Right.
It was, like, I think it was, like, maybe $30 for 5 years.
Yeah.
And
versus, like, the $100 and something dollars.
It was $300.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I got to do it. I got to get it. And so, like, I did it, and, thank God I did. But, I mean, I would. If Best Buy was how it was when we worked there, and I got paid the
I
same.
wonder
amount?
if the culture's the same. Like,
I hope so.
Although,
you mean everybody's sleeping with everybody? Yeah, I'm sure the culture is still the same.
that wasn't happening. What are you talking about, man?
What are you talking about?
None of that was happening. No, I'm
Dude,
talking
Best
about
Buy
like,
was like a. No, I can't talk about it.
dude, I think it was Best Buy might have been ground zero for some like new discovered, issues, right? But not that. I'm talking about like, dude, I remember having LAN parties and gaming parties and stuff.
We would have that at Best Buy.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, close the store up on like because Sundays
on a Sunday.
Yeah, Sundays they close at like what 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then everybody brought like their Xboxes in and played on the big screen TVs.
I forgot about those.
Dude, I bet you they don't do that anymore.
I'm sure
There's no
they
way.
don't. No, there's no way. No fucking way. Make Best Buy great again.
But that was, I mean, like those type of times, like, right? Like I remember I built a computer and like, I made some great, dude, I don't talk to any of these people anymore and I don't think they remember me at all. But like, I remember, playing different, games and like setting up like on LAN, literally having a computer up there and we brought like there's 10 of us that brought our computers up there and we were playing Counter-Strike or something. Dude, just having all out time. We couldn't drink in the store, I guess, but like, I remember like we all ordered pizzas and just and just had a good time, right? And then look, I'm gonna say that we've had Kevin on. It's been a while. We need to have Kevin back on at some point.
A long time coming. Actually.
Yeah, Kevin and Eddie Eduardo, they used to throw a Halloween party.
Yes,
and their Halloween party was epic. I remember they would rent out this. It was like an
Lockheed,
old house
right?
over at the old Lockheed LMRA, the Lockheed recreational facility or whatever off Hewlin or whatever. And that's now not Clear Fork, but
Brian Irvin.
Water's
Brian
Edge. Yeah, Brian Irvin.
Yeah.
Water something. Anyways, they'd rent out this like little house thing that was there, and just this big ass party. And that party, I remember that party being just like so much fun.
Dude, that was my first year at Best Buy. I think I was like 19.
It might have been mine too. Yeah.
And I remember I vividly remember I don't condone this, driving home, taking what's that one? I didn't.
Oh
go.
yeah.
So they were doing construction on the little road, and I was fucking hammered drunk, and I was like, I saw 3 of them. I'm like driving the center. It was very irresponsible, but man, oh my god, that night.
But they were simpler times. That's the thing. It's like it was hands down simpler times.
Jeanette's costume killed it. It's a very good costume, Jeanette.
I don't remember. I do remember Jeanette, but I don't remember. Yeah, man, it was crazy.
I miss those days.
Dude, I do miss the nostalgia behind working there, right?
Yeah.
And so again, I go back to if I could go back and work in that environment where it's less. I mean, there was stress there, obviously.
Oh,
right?
100%. Meet your goal,
Yeah, have you sold enough? What was it?
Protection plans,
or PSPs, or whatever. Yeah. You got to sell so many of those.
You got to sell these Netflix and magazines, and
why? You know why they were doing that, right?
Yeah, because of the fucking revenue they got. All that money
it was
theirs.
revenue, but all that money, they got the managers got bonuses, right?
Yeah, they did.
We didn't get fucking bonus. We got bonuses if our shrink was down.
Yeah.
But we didn't get bonuses for that bullshit.
Yeah.
They were just wanting us to sell the shit out of that because it drives revenue, but it also is straight up padding their paycheck, man. Fuck
Hey,
them.
man, real quick, shout out to my homie Anthony. He used to call LP and tell him somebody was stealing in home theater, and then he'd have people steal in media. So shout out to that.
Get them looking. Hey, this guy fall. Dude, man, I remember this one guy. Whenever I got moved over to that Lake Worth store, and I became I was an area supervisor for media. I didn't know anything about media, but I was put over there. And I remember this one kid, and
was his name Joseph?
Dude, I can't remember any of these people's names are. But this dude, all right, I'm gonna. I can say this because I'm white.
Yeah.
Whenever you think of white trash, the epitome of white trash meth head.
Yes.
That's what this kid was. And I remember he finally got busted for he was stealing so much fucking media. And I had no idea.
Holy shit.
Had no idea. I don't even know how he was doing it. but he was he was stealing so much shit at that store. And he finally got busted and he got arrested for it and all that stuff. But God, man, those were the times.
Let's see, on the group chat, I miss the cheap batteries and I miss buying a 13-inch square flat screen monitor for $400.
Dude, all the batteries and cables were fucking cheap as shit.
Hell yeah. Or, you know,
and then if you bought the Insignia brand, dude, you
hella
know you were
cheap.
like that thing was like it was $1,000. You're probably getting it for $300.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dirt cheap. Or
like, the accommodations you'd get. Like I got a free like XM radio.
I remember whenever we had some break-ins, and so they were like car alarm installations for free.
Yeah.
Like they were like you had to buy the stuff, but then they were like installing the shit for free. Yeah.
Oh my god, I had the remote start, the Viper remote start.
I had a Viper too, but I had a Jeep that had a chip in the key. And I never got the secondary because you had to get a secondary key to put into this like device or whatever. And I never got that secondary key. So you do the remote start and it would try to start and then just not ever do it.
And you always had to like keep it on neutral if you had like a manual transmission.
Yeah.
God damn.
Those were the days, man.
Those were the fucking days. I love being nostalgic with this shit because like what was y'all's first job like if you're as old as us? Like if you were like you know, early 2000s, like what was your fucking first job? And like why did you hate it or why did you love it? I mean, look, I loved Best Buy.
I think we should put that in the I think we should put that on Instagram, really.
That'll be a good question for next week.
Yeah, I'm curious like what was everybody's first jobs, right?
Yeah.
Because like I mean, all right, I had two technically. Like my brother got me hooked up at working nights when I was like in the 8th grade. I worked on Friday night with him at an internet web hosting company that was out in Bedford. And all I did was like take trouble tickets that came in and then I would log them into the system and they would get distributed to the people. But like I'm working with like these IT people and there was this one dude, I'll never forget. I can't remember what his actual name is, but we all called him Dirty.
Dirty Mike?
We called him Dirty Muffin.
Dirty Muffin?
Yeah, because number one, he hated if you called him like, if you were like, oh, Muffin, you know, whatever. He hated that, right? And the dude was kind of dirty, like both physically and mentally, right?
Ew.
And here I'm like an 8th grader dealing with this bullshit, right?
Yes.
And so I remember working with that, and I'd work Friday nights, and I'd make like a couple $100 a paycheck, right? So I was like maybe $400 a paycheck every month. Which is pretty, as an 8th grader.
If you count inflation now, it's like probably $600.
That's pretty good though, as an 8th grader,
really
right?
good.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, I wanted to go to. All right, look, you can't judge me on this. You can't judge me on this, right?
Oh God.
But I wanted to go to what was that fancy store at the mall?
Neiman Marcus.
Neiman Marcus. I wanted to go to Neiman Marcus, and I had a wad of cash, right? I was like, I'm gonna go buy me a nice shirt. Like an expensive shirt. I wanted to spend. I had this cash burning a hole in my pocket. I remember walking in there and nobody stopped to help me.
Of course not.
And so I was just like, well, I guess I'm gonna go spend my money at the Buckle or whatever.
Yeah.
So I went to the Buckle and I bought like a pair of jeans or something.
You should have gone to John L. Ash like outside the store.
What?
Yeah, there was a John L. Ash.
I don't even know what John L. Ash.
It's like they sell Lacoste and like all the other fancy
know any
brands.
of that stuff.
Yeah, it's like
I just knew Neiman Marcus.
Yeah, I know.
I wanted to go to Neiman Marcus. I finally bought one. I bought one thing from Neiman Marcus.
Was it a Badger? Like
No. So I like jeans. I like denim.
Yes.
And I'm not
like selvage denim.
Dude, I don't have any of that. I'm actually I found a company that sells like it's not the cheapest, but it's like probably like the cheapest you're gonna get Japanese selvage denim.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna buy a pair of jeans from there. But I like denim, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not opposed to spending a little bit of money on there. So I bought some 7 for All Mankind jeans.
They're stretchy. Those are stretchy.
They are, and they last. That's the thing. It's like every more expensive pair of denim I've owned has lasted longer than like other than my Levi's. Levi's back in the day were kind of cheap. They're not cheap anymore. But those lasted. But everything else didn't last. So I didn't mind spending a little bit of money. So I finally bought something from Neiman Marcus all these years later. But I went to Neiman Marcus. Nobody would help me. Clearly, I was a child.
Yeah.
And I think I was wanting to buy a silk shirt.
You're like, no, this man ain't gonna buy it. He just
I
wants to put it on.
I wanted to buy a fucking silk shirt. And why do I want a silk shirt? I have no idea.
Just because.
Because silk just seems like the thing.
It's a high fashion. High fashion.
I don't think it was back then though. I mean, maybe it was. I don't know.
Maybe it was.
But Have you seen what people are wearing today?
Yeah, they're dressing like preppies.
They're dressing like they're from the 90s again, man. And
Good for them. Good for
yeah,
them.
I'm here for it.
I'm going to read the group chat. For first jobs, HEB pushing a cart in 100-degree weather for $5 an hour. Woof. Yeah, that had to be terrible.
That had to been San Antonio, huh?
Yep, that's the place where dreams die. And also, I heard he talked about going to the mall and went to Spencer's and Hot Topic. I worked next door to Spencer's, or was it Hot?
When you were at T-Mobile?
Yeah, when I was at T-Mobile. It was really cool. I made a bunch of friends. And everybody from Neiman's. And Johnny's first paycheck bought a G-Shock watch. So, I mean,
Dude, I bought my first G-Shock watch probably like 9 or 10 years ago.
I've never had a G-Shock watch.
I like them.
Chad's got the Supreme North Face one. So
I mean, I like the ruggedness of them.
Yeah.
I bought one that and occasionally I'll throw it on, but it's like it's a solar watch and all that stuff. It's kind of fancy. Has the time with the GPS and all that stuff. Yeah. But I've been wearing. I bought that Apple Watch Ultra.
Yeah. They just announced a new one today.
Did they?
Yeah.
So I should have waited.
You should have waited. I don't know what the difference is. I think it's
Probably
more
nothing,
like
really.
it probably is nothing. It's just like more recycled stuff, which is okay. And on the group chat, Juicy's back, like a Juicy Couture, like that's back. Like
dude, all of it's back, man. The '90s are back. Like people are wearing, basically like the khakis that were kind of oversized. And the shirt, dude, it's fucking weird, man.
I just want to read this real quick. When I was a kid, helped do a side job with the fam, I bought a dual disc. You mean like Yu-Gi-Oh dual disc, or are you talking about like a Sony dual disc?
Probably Sony dual disc.
I was thinking like I bought 2 G-Shocks now, just wearing an Apple Watch. Absolutely. Jinkos too, Christy says.
Yeah, Jinkos
shout
are
out to
coming
Sam.
back,
How
yeah.
you doing, bud? Good to see you back on the chat.
They're all coming back.
He said Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, no. Okay.
Hell yeah!
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Fucking dual disc, baby. Let's get the show started.
All right. Let me, man, I wasn't prepared for that.
That was awesome. Perfect.
You know what? Let's start off with the, do we start off with your special message? Nope, that's the wrong special message.
W?
That was. Hang on here.
Hello, and welcome to the Cult of the Funky Panther. We are coming at you from the city of Fort Worth, located in the heart of Texas. By listening to us, you have now entered a legally binding agreement to join the Cult of the Funky Panther. You will have to make a monthly pilgrimage to the liquor store and deliver 1 bottle of your choosing to the Panther Den. This pilgrimage must take place either on the 1st or 15th of the month. Failure to do so means you are in breach of contract, and you must then give up your firstborn child to the Order of the Panther, where they will be taught basic combat skills and various life lessons. Now on with the show.
I love that.
I do too.
AI is wild.
It is wild.
Oh, hello everyone, and welcome to the Funky Panther. Coming at you from Fort Worth, Texas. We have a great show for you today. This is episode 1. Insert here.
It's one. I think 148, maybe.
148. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, and let's get into it. I'm Javier,
And I'm Tim.
and Chad ain't here. He's somewhere in space or something, and we are
The Funky Panther. Yeah, I think Chad's in space.
He's in space,
or he's on his way back. I'm not real sure.
yeah, he's somewhere, but he's not here. I'll tell you what, he's not here.
If y'all aren't keeping up, Chad has been in Iceland with our buddy Lance from Emo Otaku, or also Emo Tacos.
Emo Tacos.
Which I still think that he needs to start a Instagram that's nothing but tacos and call it
Hey.
Emo Taco,
Do it, baby. Oh, the best tacos in Fort Worth.
where you can be
Holy
a sad boy.
shit. Yes.
Yeah, sad boy tacos.
Oh, fucking A.
I'm telling you, man.
God damn.
You can go here, like, dude, as an introvert, he can go there and, like, this is a taco spot that you can sit by yourself and contemplate life and be sad and not have to worry about anything. Yeah, it's perfect.
Hell yeah, I love it. So this is the actual episode. If you missed the first 30, or we're going to cut a couple of stuff from
Yeah, I'll cut some stuff out
We'll
of
cut
there.
some stuff out of the first 30
We went
and
for
put
a
it in.
long
We
time.
did. But, you were gone for like 10 minutes, though.
Sure
setting up the
was,
TV.
yeah.
But it's good to have everybody here on the group chat. We got a good amount of people on the live. But, Tim, How have you been? How's your week? What
Dude,
have you been
I've been fantastic, and let me just tell you, typically we'd get into it on our first 30 and talk
Yeah.
about this, but you know what? This is going to be the meat and potatoes of the episode. I've got just random shit that we're going to kind of look at and go over or whatever.
Nice.
But dude, I had the best weekend ever. I haven't had a weekend where I haven't had to do shit in a long time.
Yeah.
And I literally sat on my ass pretty much all weekend and just played video games.
That's awesome.
I am playing Starfield. And if you haven't played that yet, if you're into that kind of stuff, if you liked Skyrim, you got to check out Starfield. Starfield's so much fun. You can live your life as a space pirate if you want to, which is awesome. I can go and pirate ships and steal things from people and murder and pillage villages and space.
Cool.
But for people that don't know, so Bethesda, they made this game. They made Skyrim back in the day, which has been like kind of like the OG RPG that was on Xbox and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Bethesda released this game called Skyrim that it's kind of ahead of its time. The graphics are great, but they're maybe not as good as some other stuff. But however, what makes up for it is the fact that they have multiple solar systems or galaxies within the space universe. And you can travel to all these different galaxies. You can travel to the different planets. You can land anywhere on all these different planets, and then you can explore all these different planets.
Kind of sounds like that one game that came out like 3 or 4 years ago.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Kind of similar. So No Man's Sky is great as a space. So here's the thing. They look at No Man's Sky as like it is a space sim.
Yeah. Okay.
This is not a space sim. The story is much better on this versus like No Man's Sky has a lot better like space.
Okay. Yeah.
But I've been playing a shit ton of that. Jesse's really annoyed with me, I think, for the fact that I just want to spend all my time playing that. But
Hey,
yeah,
we all unwind in different ways, baby.
Someday, I haven't been that obsessed with a video game in a long time, and this came out, and I'm just like, holy shit, this is it for me.
That's awesome.
Skyrim was one of the games that I continue to play, and I still play it to this day. And it's been out for like probably 12 years or longer.
Yeah, I've watched the parody movie Skyrim Job.
Yeah, it's pretty close. They keep with the story, I think, pretty well, except for there was a lot more sex than what was in Skyrim.
My favorite. On the group chat, speaking of pirates, you talked about pirates. Have y'all watched the live-action One Piece?
So Lance told me to watch it.
Yes.
I haven't watched it yet.
So One Piece is the 20-year ongoing manga series and anime that's been going on since the late 90s. And they just recently released a live-action show. I'm maybe like 300 episodes in.
Of the
One
live
Piece.
I was like, of the live action?
Oh,
show?
no,
I was like,
live
what?
action only has like 10 episodes,
Okay.
I think. But I've watched some of it, and I'm entertained.
So
and
as someone getting into One Piece, could I just jump right into the live action?
you can, because Chad jumped into Cowboy Bebop without watching Cowboy Bebop at first. And so they say that
like the live action Cowboy Bebop. Yeah. Okay.
So they say that the manga and anime, it's like maybe about 100 episodes compressed into this like one season, which like
So you're gonna lose some stuff
a little bit,
Yeah.
but they made Oda, who does One Piece, his only demand was that they made the character introductions almost true to the manga. I haven't finished yet. I just finished up with I forget. It's been a while, and I'm kind of drinking. The clown. I forget his name, but because
Pennywise.
Well, not Pennywise. But
I don't know. I haven't watched One Piece. And,
watch One Piece. Watch the show.
I'm
like,
just
start
now
out with
getting. I'm finishing up with. Man, I feel like I'm on Emo Otaku. I'm finishing up right now with Cowboy Bebop finally. And I'm a very casual watcher, right? So I have opportunity. Whenever I have opportunity to watch it, I'll throw it on TV.
Yeah.
And fix me a snack and watch Cowboy Bebop. And I've thoroughly enjoyed the story. I like the idea of like space bounty hunters and space cowboys and all that stuff. That's why, honestly, that's one of the reasons why like Firefly and Serenity are like two of my favorite like movie and show, whatever, because the whole space cowboy aspect of it, right? And so, of course, I'm like Cowboy Bebop. Plus, I'm a fan of jazz. The music is wonderful. It's just incredible. It's very well done. And the show, even as it being, because it's from the 90s, right?
Cowboy Bebop came out like in 98, 99.
Yeah. So from the 90s, it's still like animation's still good. It still holds up really well.
01. It came out in 01.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Still, that's a long time ago, right?
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
It doesn't feel like it, but it
doesn't.
This is a long time ago. But it all still holds up really well,
Yeah,
I think. And so I have enjoyed it. However, I did notice like it is a little bit when they had some like early on they had some, I guess, characters that were supposed to be Mexican, maybe.
Yes, and the dubs were very.
And it was so like such a stereotype,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah,
I thought it was funny. It was kind of reminiscent of like the whole
spaghetti western.
Yeah, spaghetti westerns, or what was that cartoon with Speedy Gonzalez?
Yeah,
very just like stereotype, right? And I'm not saying that I'm here for it, but I am kind of here for it.
When you're done with that, when you have a chance to watch Samurai Champloo, it's the same thing.
Right, same creator
with hip hop.
With hip hop,
like
right?
Samurai,
and then
samurai vibes.
so that's I think that's on my next list in that realm, right?
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna go to Chainsaw Man.
Oh fuck
yeah,
Chainsaw Man! Watch that.
So I already watched like the first intro to the first episode because y'all kept talking about it being all like pop culture references and stuff like that. It's like, all right, cool. So I need
the intro is just like nothing but movie
and the intro is fantastic. So now I'm like, okay, I really want to watch the show. If the intro is that good, then the show's got to be just as good, if not better,
it's
right?
A lot of fun. Yeah.
Now, if it's not though, I'm gonna be really upset. Like,
you just gotta watch.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. You got to keep watching. But man, I'm glad you were able to like relax and play your video games.
It was great, man. Like seriously, like I've been busy either with the studio or working, doing things like that. School. This semester's been a little bit more. It's a little bit more laid back. I still have some stuff that like I'm, having like I gotta fucking do right. But yeah, it's just been. It was a weird weekend, man. I literally didn't do anything. Like, I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to be a fucking vegetable on the couch.
I feel like as adults, like, I think, like, that's one thing that we, like, love now. Because, people used to be like, oh, I used to be on 7th. They used to go to, like, Vice and, like, drink and get drunk and black out.
But that's the one thing, like, Chad and I have, like, not arguments, right? But Chad feels a lot of times, like, now, granted, he does have times where he's not here to defend himself, so I can say all this, right? No, he does have times where, like he said, like, he hasn't done anything and has taken that time, right? Which is something that's very rare for him because he's with a monogram of Go Chad Go, right?
He's a FOMO type of fucker.
He is, yeah. And that's what's funny is, like, he could be in Iceland, where he's been, right? But if we were going to go to some sort of event or throw a big-ass fucking party, even though he's halfway across the world, he's gonna be like, "Oh man, I'm missing out over at the whatever party's happening."
Well, it's kind of like when he was in Egypt. He's like, "Don't have Juan on, don't have him on. I want to be here whenever he's here."
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. So I mean,
he does have some FOMO, and he knows it, and he's admitted to it.
He's already like talked about what we like. Hey, we're gonna go see Shaq. We're gonna go watch Shaq on Saturday.
Yeah, I haven't bought tickets for that, but
if anybody got to hook up for tickets,
I have the opportunity to actually work, and go there,
oh,
right?
Really?
And so I'm debating this, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's air this right now, and I want to know if you're still in the chat, if you're still on the show. I had the opportunity to work medical at Shaq's event, right? And so in my thought is like, this is the opportunity. Like, if I'm going to have a chance to meet Shaq, this is going to be it, right? So I'm there working. I'm going to be around some of the artists. I'm going to be around all that stuff. So I'll have the opportunity to meet Shaq. The other problem is that if I meet Shaq, I'm probably going to pass out. And that's the problem.
I mean, you've met famous people, right?
I have met all right, so I met Dennis Rodman in passing, and it was more of like, hey, you're fucking Dennis Rodman. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I loved watching you play. And he's like, thanks. And he walked by. He was also in drag with 2 other drag queens that were just as tall as he is. Just to let you know, Dennis Rodman's not the tallest person in basketball, but he is a very giant individual. And that caught me off guard too. Like
Yeah.
you see him play and everything, you're like, oh, everybody's about the same size, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, holy crap, you're actually like, quite a bit taller than me. Yeah. So I met some, I've met like local famous and stuff like that, but I've never really met anybody like, I don't know, super famous. I haven't met Donald Glover.
Yeah.
I haven't met Kanye.
That's right. That's right.
The highest famous person is probably gonna be the Worm himself,
Yeah.
and then like Vaden from the Toadies.
Oh fuck yeah, yeah! I met Vaden also.
But I mean, like, is he like? But he's not like super stardom. Like people go, oh my gosh, Vaden.
Oh, Toadies! People love the Toadies.
People know the Toadies, right?
Yeah,
but it's not like, oh my gosh, that's fucking Kanye. Oh my gosh, that's Kim Kardashian. Oh my gosh, that's whatever. Granted, I don't have any issue. Like I could meet Kanye probably right now and like not stammer over my words because.
Oh no!
Whatever.
I'll tell you. That's where it differs because I before I met Kanye, I was like, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be calm. I'm gonna be collected. I'm not gonna be like, oh fuck, holy shit. And when he came out and I met him, and I was like, oh, fuck, like, and I kept on saying, I met Kanye West. I'm never going to fail. And he looked over and he laughed, and I was like, it was fucking fangirling.
What's funny is though, like if you look at the pictures you took with him, he's not smiling.
He is not smiling.
He's a Mike the Bike.
Yes,
but when wearing glasses.
But man, I tell you, whenever like the pictures do not give it justice because he talked to everybody, he signed everything everyone gave him, and like he had a nice conversation with a young lady, like he was really cool.
Right,
it's fine. And even with Donald Glover, when I met Donald Glover, it was the same thing. I was drunk as fuck. And I told him the story of how Mike the Bike did.
Yeah.
And he looked, I said, my friend thinks you're a douchebag. And he looks over at Anthony.
He's like,
Anthony's like, no, not me. I love you. You're great. I love you. You're great. And then he's like, it's another friend. I was like, man, can I take a picture with you? And he's like, yeah. Wait. If I take this picture, you're not going to get stabbed, are you? And I'm like, no, it's fine. It's no big deal. But it's different.
But the thing is, okay, so whenever I met the time I met Vaden, right? I was with Zeus the first time. I was actually with Zeus. We went to was it Hyenas? That was the comedy club that was in downtown.
Yes.
Is it still there? I don't know.
Yeah.
Used to be a club like a dancing club thing or whatever way back off of 7th Street or not 7th Street off of Sunday Square. Yeah. Anyways, went there, and we actually went and saw Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah.
And so I got to meet Gilbert Gottfried, which is fucking cool. I wasn't like freaking out about it because it was Gilbert Gottfried, but hey, it's me, Iago the parrot. Right. And that's in my mind, that's all it is, right? Yeah. And so that was kind of cool, like really nice. He seemed like he was a really nice guy, and was there for the fans. His smile, you see it always in the pictures, it's just a larger than life smile. Can't see his eyes because he's smiling so hard, right? But Vaden was there, and what's funny is I remember Zeus, for whatever reason, there was karaoke while we were waiting in the lounge area before the thing started, and he sang a Toady song.
Oh, really?
Knowing he knew that Vaden was there.
Yeah,
we had seen him earlier.
Oh, Zeus! I thought you meant Gilbert Gottfried.
No, Zeus. Gilbert Gottfried's out there doing the Toady show. It was really weird. No, Zeus did that, right? And so, anyways, we go in the show, and afterwards, we're leaving, and I'm like, dude, I want to go say something to Vaden. Like, I'm fanboying out, right? And I remember, like, we went over there and talked to him for just, like, a brief second. Dia de los Toadies was coming up, and it was at Panther Island that year. And as we're leaving, like, and it still fucking lives rent-free in my head, what I said. Like, I still replay this. And I don't normally do that often. Yeah. And he probably doesn't even remember this or whatever, but I remember saying, like, I'll see you real soon. Oh, and and I'm just like, you idiot. I'll see you real soon. I was playing out that whole, what is it? The
guy who killed John Lennon?
No, 40-year-old virgin, whenever he's like, yeah, like bags of sand, just, yeah. That's what's playing through my head. Like, I can't believe it. Like, just.
He's going to think I'm going to murder him.
Yeah, I know. That's what, and I'm like, but no.
I'll see you real soon.
I don't think I said it quite like that. But Dia de los Toadies was coming up. I'm going to see his, set, whatever. Since then, I've seen him at various different things, and I've not acted that crazy But yeah, I made a big fucking fool out of myself.
On the group chat from Teresa, famous people still fart. Just remember that. That's true. You know, there's, you know, there are people like you and I. I mean, they still like dumb shit like us.
Yeah, no, I get it. But I mean, like, if I met Paul Rudd,
Yeah.
I would be like stammering all over my words. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know, Ryan Reynolds,
Yeah.
same thing.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna name off a bunch of celebrities here. Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
I'm
Michael
gonna
Jackson.
Seth Rogen, though, I don't think I would. I love Seth Rogen, and I'm a big fan of him, but I don't think I would like, because he just seems so approachable.
I think I'd want to like be like, hey, you got any weed on you? Can I have some weed?
Nah, you don't want to ask that. You want to give him the weed.
Hey,
You want to be like, hey,
I got this lighter. You
wanna-
want it?
Yeah, you
yes.
like-
Give me some of the houseplant stuff.
But I think like if you met Seth Rogen, if you knew you were gonna met Seth Rogen, you're gonna have to go find some like bomb ass fucking weed. So we're gonna call Dank up, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna call Dank up and we're like, Dank, we need the best of the best. We need you to help us out, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna meet Seth Rogen. Dank's gonna come with us.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. He's like, oh, you're gonna meet Seth Rogen. He's gonna come with us, right? And then you're gonna present Seth with said weed
Yeah. There you go.
because everybody's, you know, you don't want to be the guy that's bumming off of him, right?
True,
You want to
true.
offer him something because then he's like, oh, you're fucking cool.
Mhm.
And then we become friends with Seth Rogen, and the next thing you know, he's now on our podcast as our fourth person, and he's here he's in Texas now, like he's just moved.
He just like flies. He's
Yeah,
like, I
like-
live in Austin now, but I come to Fort Worth because it's so cool here.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's how that would happen. So,
On the group chat, Mark Wahlberg was here at Joe T's yesterday. He was here promoting his new
he
tequila.
looked like, I saw that. So did you see the pictures of
I
him?
did. I saw
He
a bunch of like people like, oh, look at me. Oh.
But he, like the big group of all the Joe T people, I think it was.
Oh, it was the family.
Yeah, it was the family, yeah.
I didn't see Lanny
No,
in the picture.
Laney was probably busy
Yeah,
working,
yeah.
you know, whatever. Mark looked like he reminded me of like, I'm not saying I'm Mark Wahlberg, but what he was wearing was like what I would have worn back in like the, you know, high school. It looked like he had a pair of fucking etnies on,
Well, that's his brand. Like Municipal is like his like clothing and
right.
like, shoe brand.
but like his shoes reminded me of like the oversized skate shoes.
yes.
I was like, you look like a teenager.
Yeah.
I'm here
Yeah,
for it.
I mean, he's got a pair of like Jordans that I think they're going for like maybe $40,000, like
Shit.
from that Wahlburger like brand
Yeah.
that he has. And I want to get a pair. Those are fucking clean as hell.
I don't know if I would like freak out if I met with Mark.
I mean, I love
I'm a fan of Mark, right?
I love Mark. I mean, I love
Keanu,
him.
I'd freak out.
Oh man, I wouldn't even know what to do with Keanu.
It's the same thing with Dave Grohl. I'd freak the fuck out if I met
fuck.
Dave Grohl, right?
If I met Dave Grohl, I mean,
You're never gonna fail.
No,
like
I'm
you
never
never
going
gonna
to fail.
Yeah.
On the group chat, Christy met Lavelle Crawford and the guy who played Gomez on Breaking Bad. Lavelle Crawford's hilarious. He's a funny motherfucker. His weed is probably 1,000,000 times better than what you get here. Absolutely. And Gladys Harrison Ford hits
Yeah.
up Brood. He does. He goes over to Thai Terrace also.
Yeah,
Harrison Ford
he
does.
likes Magnolia.
Yeah, he loves Magnolia.
That's his area whenever he's in town.
I need to set an alert so whenever he's
like-
on Magnolia.
Well, we need
I
to
can
figure
just-
out. Okay, first off, figure out what he flies, right?
Yeah.
And then
I mean, I'm
set
sure
a-
he helicopters or he flies his plane here.
right. So you set an alert for whenever his tail number, thing flies, and set it and figure out where if he's coming to Fort Worth. Or not.
AKA, let's stalk him and find out his.
That
flight
is
plan.
very stalkerish, and we probably shouldn't do that.
Shouldn't we though?
We probably should.
Yeah, we should.
I think that's what the paparazzi did.
Absolutely, they
But we're
do
gonna
it. Why
be better
can't
than
we?
them because we're not gonna take pictures of them.
That's right. We're gonna be like, hey there, I know you hate Star Wars, but I love Indiana Jones, and I got this whip.
He hates Star Wars.
He fucking hates it. Every time he talks about it, he's like, I don't know, kid. I don't know what that means.
Oh, he probably hates the fact that people they probably get into like the fan fiction
So
shit.
if
Yeah.
the Force and Metachlorians and your son's got this many, kid,
I just
if you're
acted.
asking me that, I don't know what the hell you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh yeah, I don't blame him on that one. I'm just an actor, you know. I'm not here for the
They
story.
paid me for it. I'm just here for that.
Yeah, I get it.
Indiana Jones wasn't bad. I enjoyed it.
Did you see the new one? I haven't seen the new one.
It's pretty. I mean, I liked
Is
it.
it better than Crystal Skull?
Yes, it is. It is
Okay.
actually. But I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Just seeing him. Like he did an interview with Conan O'Brien like 20 years ago, and they were like, "So what's next? Well, you're going to be like an 80-year-old, and Indiana Jones changes a diaper." And he's like,
Did they ask that?
yeah, he told him that. He's like, "What? Indiana Jones takes Metamucil, and the Metamucil fucking plug or whatever. But he was all for it, and it's really, it's really
what,
cool.
what was that on?
Conan O'Brien. He
All
did an
right.
interview. It's
So
like the
that
90s.
actually, what's funny is that leads me into the segue, right? So speaking of like late night hosts and all that stuff, did you hear Jimmy Fallon's getting canceled?
Yes, yeah, and I think he's actually been almost canceled once before for being like too drunk always.
Yeah, but so he's getting canceled now for just making a hostile work environment and being a dick and all that stuff. And so in the article I found, it brought up an incident where he was being really mean to like a cue card person or whatever, and Jerry Seinfeld like stopped the show and made him apologize. Jerry's saying Jerry's saying that actually that never happened. Like he's denying that. So is Jimmy really a bad person and causing all? Because he seems like he's a great person.
But I mean that's a persona. Like I think his issue, like maybe like 5 years ago, there was talking about like, hey, if you keep drinking this much and acting like an idiot, we're gonna take you off the Tonight Show. Like that was a big deal. Like whenever it was coming out.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he still like drinks a lot in parties.
I mean, sure, right? I would probably party a lot.
Me too. If
I'm Jimmy
hang out
Fallon,
with
right?
Actors, no big deal.
But yeah, so they're saying like a bunch of staffers, like there was like 14 or 15 staffers that are saying that he's been a shithead and makes for a toxic work environment. In fact, so much so that the guest green room was the cry room.
Oh shit.
And all that, but it comes in like the same like wake of like Ellen and
yeah,
all that, which I kind of think that Ellen's probably a bitch. I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna go out and say it. She probably is. And I
believe it.
I'm gonna get canceled for it, I'm sure.
Dude, I mean, I've never really. I thought she was always fake. Anyway, on the group chat, he does tend to film events here. He does. And if you ever see Conan yell "cockaroo," which I listen to his podcast every now and then.
Do you?
Yeah,
is it good?
Pretty. I listened to the one with him and Harrison Ford. That's why I found him very funny.
Can I ask you, what is your thought on all these celebrities with these podcasts? Right?
It's fine right now. Like you were talking about Conan O'Brien, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, the guy from last week tonight, John Oliver.
But it seems like everybody, right?
But
like
they have their one podcast.
Theo Vaughn's got a podcast. You got Two Bears. Tom Segura's got his own with his wife.
Yeah, that's the money. It's the money, kind of the moneymaker right now.
It is. But
that's why we're here, and that's why you're watching.
But it kind of bums me out, right? A little bit, because they literally, and I'm not saying they're not hard workers. Yeah. They worked real hard to get into the position they are in, right? And then I would do the same thing. I would capitalize on the fan and the fame and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And if I was going to go in a venture of being a podcaster, then cool. I'm going to have all this fandom already, and that's going to translate in there. So it's going to boost their numbers, and they're going to get these contracts, and they're going to make this money and stuff like here. And I'm just jealous. We're over here slaving away, and we don't have that deal with Spotify yet.
Hey, it's coming. We'll get something.
It'd be cool.
It's coming.
But sometimes I just wonder if it's just that's just the next thing for them to do, and they're just doing it, or do some of these people actually really enjoy?
I'm sure they do. They got that Boy Meets World podcast, and I'm sure they.
Which I haven't listened to that yet.
It's good. I like it. It's very.
It's Always Sunny's got a podcast.
Yeah, and that's same thing with them too.
I know.
But the thing is, everybody's starting to come out with one here lately because of the strike, and a lot of these people are doing these podcasts like the one with all the late night.
Yeah, because they can't act,
yeah.
but they can go, or they can't write or whatever, but they can do a podcast because it's a different form of media, right? And I know that was one of the big things during this whole. If you were having interviews with them, they couldn't
talk about their films.
They couldn't talk about their films. Yeah,
they can just talk about their life or whatever.
Right?
They can't talk. That's why you don't see anybody. No one. I think I at work I have what's that one with Kelly and her husband, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, Live with Kelly and Michael or whatever.
I don't know.
Anyways,
I don't know. I know who Kelly is, but I don't know.
But they only have exercise people or people with books because they can't talk to actors, and it's makes it really dull. Office Ladies is also a really good podcast. Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey from The Office have a podcast, and that's a lot of fun to listen to. Also, they just rewatch their shows, and I'm waiting for the one. I True TV on Saturdays plays Step by Step. From ABC.
I'm familiar with Step by Step.
And I'll watch it, and I'm like, God,
thank you for telling me what network it's on.
This is not a promotion for ABC, but
on the hit network ABC.
I used to have such a crush on one of the girls.
Which one? Which one?
Al, like the youngest one, because I was a child. She was like older, obviously, because that's how it works. But I had the biggest crush on her because she was a tomboy and she didn't care, and so
man, I would like to go back and rewatch Step by Step.
Yeah.
We've been watching Buffy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Jesse put it on there, so we started watching Buffy, and she went through this whole thing where she was watching Gilmore Girls.
Okay.
Which I never got into Gilmore Girls, and then here I am watching it. I'm like, I actually kind of like this.
Did you finish Mad Men?
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to think of other shows that we watched.
We watched that. Finished
we started watching One Tree Hill, and so that's fun.
I'm having a hard time getting into Buffy.
Yeah. Really?
I remember watching it whenever it was out, and like, oh, Sarah Michelle Gellar is so fucking hot. I forgot Allison Hannigan was in it.
Oh, fuck yeah!
I totally forgot she was in it. And
I
then
love her.
And then the only thing I could remember her from was like
How I Met Your Mother.
No, American Pie.
Oh yeah,
like that was
this one time.
But I forgot that she was in Buffy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I'm having a hard time getting into it because just I don't know we were watching one and they were fighting a praying mantis.
Oh my God.
Giant praying mantis. I'm like, this is getting a little fucking weird, right?
Yeah.
So, not really into that, but I forgot that Angel, David Boreanaz, was always in Buffy, right?
I watched Angel more than I watched Buffy.
Same. Yeah.
Because Charisma Carpenter was like, I was like, she's so hot. God, you know what? I think the people we used to watch back in the day we had crushes on, they take out everyone that's now. I think it's like 100 times like Topanga.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had Kimmy Gibbler. I love Kimmy Gibbler.
I was never I thought she was goofy as hell.
She's goofy as fuck, but I loved it.
But you know what?
What?
I loved what's her face? Maya what's her name? She's on Big Bang Theory.
Blossom?
Amy. Yeah. So I liked Blossom back then.
Oh fuck yeah, yeah.
I'm not so.
I'm not gonna lie, man. When she's all done up.
No, she still is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But what's fucking cool about her, right?
She's an actual
she's like a neuroscientist.
Yeah, she is.
Like that, and that's pretty. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I agree, but are we just living in that nostalgia, right?
I think so, because it's weird now looking back and like, oh, I had a crush on her. Like, oh, by the way, look, she's like 14 right now. Like, you're a pervert.
But I'm just curious, like, what are teenagers like right now?
I don't even know what they're into.
What are they crushing on? And like, are they going to have that same?
Girls?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be that, right? I don't think they're.
I gotta ask, like, my friends' kid. Like, I mean, a lot of our friends that have kids are too young. Like, they're children.
Yeah,
they like
way too young.
Like Ryan's. The guy who does the toys? Ryan's whatever.
You're saying Ryan's. I'm thinking Family Steakhouse.
Yeah, me too. Oh, that sounds amazing. But I know, like, I'll ask Anthony's TikTokers is one.
It's got to be TikTokers. It's got to be TikTokers and YouTubers.
But I'll ask Natasha and Anthony if I ever see them soon, hopefully. Who their kids are, because they have preteens. Right. One's a teenager and one's a preteen.
Yeah.
And so Ryan's World, that's the one. The guy's a billionaire and he makes a lot of.
Yeah, you got to ask, like, so. But you got to preface it like, look, I'm not trying to get you in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, Olivia Rodrigo. Oh, I love Olivia Rodrigo. Oh my God.
But I'm just curious because, like,
not in a creepy way. Her music's pretty good.
No, but for us though, it was straight up. This is what we watched, like TGI Friday, right?
Yeah.
And so we watched that, and that's how we kind of like found these people, right?
Yeah.
But now all these kids are on like TikTok, they're on YouTube, or whatever, and they're finding these YouTube stars, TikTok stars, whatever it is now, Snapchat, I don't know.
Twitch. People on Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch people. Like not twitching people, but like actual Twitch. And so it's just a weird transition, right?
Yeah, it is.
Because where are they going to be at, 10 years from now. Because I mean, I know where Topanga's at, now.
And she loves shoes, and she loves the Dallas Cowboys.
I've got her geolocation. Like I put a tracker. I keep tabs on her.
Oh my
no,
God,
I'm just kidding.
Creepy.
Dude, she was hands down. I think she was probably like my number one. Like, oh my gosh, I got the biggest crush on her.
Topanga. It was always Topanga, and then after Topanga, it was like maybe Winnie Cooper. From the
Winnie
years.
Cooper. Yeah.
Like,
We're gonna start watching Boy Meets World because it's on one of the streaming.
I thought it was on
Disney. It's
Plus.
on Disney Plus. Yeah.
I'll rewatch it. Oh, that'd be so cool.
I kind of want to rewatch it and just see what it's about in the younger years. I tried watching Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I had a hard time getting into it.
Yeah.
I was like, man, as nostalgic as I feel, I don't think I can get into it.
No, I'm not gonna watch like that. I'll probably watch like I'll rewatch The Wonder Years. I'll rewatch like Full House or something. I mean it's all relative at this point. Let's see, on the group chat, Lily's been watching annoying girls play Roblox. They voice over their characters as they play. Gives me headaches. Also from the group chat, Gladys says, of course, she said Olivia Rodrigo and Jenna Ortega. Jenna Ortega, man,
she's making some.
She's actually working right now. Well, not right now. Before the strike, Beetlejuice 2,
right?
Which they were already filming.
Which, again, so part of me is worried that it's just trying to pander
Money
to.
grab.
It's just a money grab, right? But I also was worried about that with Ghostbusters Afterlife, right?
That was a good one.
It was. It was such a good movie, and I was worried that it's just a. I mean, yes, they are pandering 100% to our generation, right?
Absolutely.
Because it'd be like if they could come up with another Back to the Future, and make Marty not shake.
Oh man, God damn it!
They would 100%. They would 100% do it, right?
Yes.
Now he's not gonna clearly be involved in whatever.
So you had to step out. I got to go drain the weasel.
All right, that's fine. While he's out, I want to bring up something real quick. So we're talking about just random things that we've talked about random media and all that stuff like that. Anyways, so I saw the other day that Turkey, due to a bad translation, they nearly declared war on Russia. Granted, Putin was there, and he obviously didn't care too much of it. But how do you have a translator that's so bad, right, that can't get this right? He literally said there is a war between Russia and Turkey. That's what was relayed through an interpreter. And it quickly became cause of concern given Turkey's membership in NATO, because that puts a big implication, right? It's global implication that like there's a war against Turkey and Russia, so that means we're at war. How do you suck so bad as an interpreter that you let that happen? I mean, I thought they paid people, good money to do that. It's kind of like the interpreters that I've seen recently on like sign language interpreters that are out there trying to sign for like these big press events and things like that, and they're just making up bullshit. Number one, I think it's hilarious. On that aspect, it's sad, but also it's kind of funny. Like, you probably should vet your people. But number two, like this has got some pretty big implications. Moving from that though, I actually just saw that there's a whistleblower. Then I think it's all smoke and mirrors. I'm gonna go on a conspiracy rant here. I'm afraid it's all smoke and mirrors here. They're trying to divert our attention from something else, like birds being real or some bullshit like that. Birds aren't real. If you can hear Javier, he's saying the birds aren't real. But a whistleblower for the Secret Service just recently came out, and they said that, or from the CIA, that COVID was they've come out and said that COVID was possibly or probably made in a facility in Wuhan, China, which has always been the speculation. But this whistleblower is coming out and saying that after these 6 people have said that, the CIA came out at him with basically money and said, hey, how about y'all change that and we'll make it a basically came from some animal.
Come.
Yeah. but we'll give you some money if you'll reverse that. And so the CIA is saying, no, we got a lot more integrity than that. And I'm like, do y'all really though? Because they've done some shady shit in the past.
Dude, at this point, I don't trust the government.
I don't trust anything, right?
No.
So you got this whistleblower saying that. So just to cue you in what I've talked about so far is that Turkey, they had a translator that sucked really bad and basically told Putin that Turkey, the prime minister of Turkey said there is a war between Russia and Turkey, which there's not. But that's what the translator told Putin at this summit, which is...
We go to war with you.
Yeah, how is that? I want to go back on that. How do you suck that bad as a translator and then get a job in that world, that realm, right?
I think you need to get vetted like very well in order to do that.
But it goes back to like the person like making the hand signals for like the
like the rap, like the hip hop, like sign language.
But when they were talking, it was like there was a press conference with a police chief, and this lady was like,
was the person making up shit?
She was, and she had a criminal record.
Sorry, I shouldn't do that.
No, you should do that. She was literally just doing stuff like that, and just whatever, and God. People were believing it. That's the thing, is people were believing it, right?
Wild, man.
And okay, I'm gonna say I find it kind of funny, right? Not in the sense of like right,
pulling a rabbit out of a hat and like, oh no,
not in the sense of making fun of like deaf people. Not like that. I want to clarify that we're not making fun of that.
Which I will say, I had to help a deaf person today, and I was like trying my best to be like, it's too deep and strong. Like you can't pull. That was I shouldn't have done that. I was like, because it was they had an issue with like a
deep dent.
I was like, you can't pull it. I was like, you can't pull it. It's too deep and too strong. We can't do anything, even with hammer. I was like, man, I felt so
now
bad.
you just look like you're jerking somebody off.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
But okay, granted, with that, I'm more of making fun of like how is a government, an agency, a state, local, whatever. How are you so fucking stupid to just like this lady comes up to me like, hey, I know sign language. Let me help you with this press conference, and you're like, oh fuck yeah, we need a sign language interpreter. Come on with it, right?
Yeah.
You bring them up there, and she's just like doing whatever, and you don't have enough sense to know that she's doing something wrong or whatever.
Until you see her go like this.
I think she did that. Like whenever they said the lady died, and she like did. Maybe I'm making it up, but I believe that actually happened.
This bitch doing butterflies. That's crazy.
I'm sorry, I messed up there. I clicked the button. That's our Big Panther energy right there.
Our new drink. Oh, what if we had a fucking energy drink called Big Panther Energy? Oh my God. Copyright. Big Panther Energy.
You said it out loud, right?
Fuck,
we can't do that.
I'm so sorry.
All right.
Danger.
So I want to ask you a question.
Ask away, Chief.
When's the last time you pissed yourself as an adult?
I want to say maybe, when was the day we had that hurricane shot?
Okay, that day.
That day, yeah.
I could say that I have not pissed myself as an adult ever.
Okay.
Yesterday I came extremely close to doing that. So we had it's Suicide Prevention Week that's going on.
It's also Suicide Awareness Month, right?
Or and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, anyways, last week we had this big push at work and all that stuff. In fact, they hired a tattoo artist, Alien from Fort Worth Inc. So he came out with one of his people from his shop, and they were doing the semicolon tattoos on a lot of people at work.
Oh man, I want to do that.
And so they had various different things. I didn't get one. I was like, I'm not gonna get one.
Being called out in the group chat. Jesus Christ. Twice, by the way.
Twice.
Jerk.
So, anyways, but they were doing a blood drive. A lot of people don't realize this, but I actually donate blood quite regularly.
You have to.
I have to. I have a condition.
My man produces too much blood.
I produce too much iron, and so I donate blood. Anyways, so I was like, okay, cool. I'm at work. I can go donate blood. I'm killing two birds with one stone. They were like, hey, you want to do double reds? I was like, all right, I'll do double reds. It's been a long time since I've done double red cells.
What's double reds?
It's like they take more of your red blood cells out, and then they put your plasma back in. It's like a whole process, but it takes like an hour. I didn't pee before, and I have all right, I'm old, okay? I'm just going to say it. I'm old. I take blood pressure medicine. I have a blood pressure medicine that makes me pee. And I had taken it earlier around like 11 o'clock. And so I go in there, And I sit down, and they start doing the whole thing, and it hits, and I'm like, I have to pee, but I'm in a bus, like it's in the Carter Blood Care bus thing, so there's not a bathroom in there. And dude, I've never been so concerned that I'm gonna piss myself in public than I was at that point. Thank God, they finished up. I sprinted. They're like, normally we'd have you wait, and I was like, I understand. I'm not gonna wait. I bolted out of the fucking bus, and I ran back up into the building, made it to the bathroom in the nick of time. That was the best pee of my life. I'm gonna say it was the best pee of my life.
It's always good though.
But I've never pissed myself in public. Now, I do say that because there was a 10-year-old recently in Mississippi that was arrested for urinating in public.
Where was he peeing though?
So here's the story. There was a sign that said no public restrooms. He was waiting in the car for his mom to finish up something at a shop. And he saw the sign. That's like his excuse. Like, I saw the sign, and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. And so he got out of the car, and he peed next to his car. A police officer saw it. The police officer comes over there, finds his mom. It's like, hey, you can't do that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool, yeah, we're going to handle that. The police officer leaves. Shortly thereafter, sheriff's deputy, it's basically like, we're just going to say the whole SWAT team came. No, he was a boy of color, and I'm gonna say that.
Damn it!
It was because of that, right?
All right, yeah,
no, I don't know.
Exactly why.
It could be right. It's in Mississippi.
Yeah, that sounds about
Yeah.
right.
They arrested this 10-year-old for peeing in public.
Dude, that's exactly why.
Dude, as a 10-year-old, I have peed behind a lot of trees growing up.
Like, I mean, Mississippi.
As an adult, I peed in parking garages several times. Leaving the bar.
Like the story, I understand. Like until whenever you said a 10-year-old getting arrested for peeing, I already knew. I'm like, well, it's going to be a person of color. It's going to be like a fucking podunk, like redneck fucking city state. So I mean, I piss everywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
if I need to.
Yeah.
I look around and I don't do it like in front of people, obviously. But I be sure that there's no one around.
I
me.
mean, if you did that in front of people, I don't think you'd be able to come to my house because I am pretty close to a school.
Yes, alma mater. But it's stupid. I mean, it's the only reason why they did it was because it was a person of color, a person of color.
I mean, I want to say like I would hope that wasn't it, right? Like maybe, but they were like, we have basically. Like, okay, says, well, you better, you know better. Don't let it happen again. The officer was like, you handled it like a mom. Just make sure he doesn't do it again. And
but it's not like he did it again, right?
No, he didn't get back out of the car and be like, but show them, right?
on you.
Yeah, but then I'm telling you, basically like 4 other people came up and they're like, because it happened, we have to arrest him.
That's so stupid.
And I'm like, man,
it's a kid.
You really didn't have to. You could have just been like, look, I'm going to let you go. I know a lot of cops who've let a lot of people go for a lot of different things, right?
Dude,
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm glad it wasn't here. Let it be over in Mississippi, not here. However,
it shouldn't happen here either way.
I have peed in public.
Yes.
Several times as an adult, which then makes me concerned. Is there
pictures of your penis out
No. Well, I mean, there could be security cameras, right?
Yes.
I remember we were in New Orleans,
Nolans,
right, for Voodoo Fest,
Mm-hmm.
and we skipped one night, went out. It was the night that Chase nearly fell out of a fucking a trolley car. Nearly fell out of that. Danny and I missed the trolley because we both had to pee so bad. We hopped over a little like wrought iron fence and peed behind a bush, basically right off the roadway.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's acceptable in New Orleans.
I mean, it's kind of the streets kind of smell like piss.
Right. I think they know that's basically what's going to happen.
If you've been on bourbon like at 7 a.m.
Well, and they won't let you into bars to use their bathrooms unless you buy something.
Yeah.
You have to be so you have to buy something. We went at one point. We went to we weren't planning on going to the absent house, but we went to the absent house because we had to pee and we all had to buy drinks in order to pee there. And I'm like, that's just adding to the complication, right? I'm fueling my bladder with more drinks. It means I'm gonna have to pee more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, but a 10-year-old, I was pretty sad about seeing that.
That's ridiculous.
I'm sorry I'm bringing the mood down.
This
However,
world's going to shit.
However, if I was a cop, if I was a leader in this world, I would, you know what, just piss wherever you need to.
If you're a kid,
Yeah,
just pee everywhere.
pee away. That's part of being a kid, right?
Yeah, I
think,
peed. I peed on things that I shouldn't have. Peed on a bus, peed on a train, peed on a person's leg.
What?
Peed on the mayor of
All
Fort
right.
Worth.
The last thing that I want to bring up is the founder of a failed crypto exchange was sentenced to, and I want you to guess how many years.
Say it again.
The founder of a failed crypto exchange was sentenced to blank years.
What's what's the amount of money that was lost?
It doesn't say how much money was actually lost. I will say this. They became 2017. They became one of Turkey's largest crypto exchanges. In April 2021, the firm announced that it wasn't able to continue operations, and then the guy fled to Albania. At the time,
bad.
he did promise to repay investors, and then return to Turkey after he had done so.
Because that whole one here that Shaq was going to be sued for, that he promoted, that crashed, and I think it was like
Yeah. There were several that were kind of implicated on that, celebrities, right? All right, so this one, it's a failed crypto exchange. So how many years?
20 years.
It's in Turkey.
Turkey.
Okay, so you want to go with 20 years?
Yeah, 20 years.
11,000 years.
What the fuck?
The founder of a failed crypto exchange was sentenced to 11,000 years in prison. Dude, whenever I read that, I was just like, you got to be fucking.
Is there a year exchange rate? Like, is there
like how much money did you lose, and
what
that
the
equals?
Fuck?
I do know there is a tonnage to, like how many tons of marijuana you smuggle, to how many years you get in prison, in federal prison. I do know that because I met a lady that was going to serve 40 years in federal prison for smuggling marijuana, and I asked her, I was like, "Wow, that's a lot of years. That how much marijuana were you smuggling?" And she said, "Oh, about 40." And I was like, 40 pounds? She's like, "No, try 40 tons."
Holy
And I was like,
shit.
holy crap, that's a lot of marijuana.
God damn.
Yeah. So anyways, so I do know that. But I was so shocked by the 11,000 years.
I'm going to say he lost like a 20 trillion Turkish dollars.
Which equates like $10 here. What?
Yeah, $50. $50 and a ticket to putt-putt golfing games.
Yeah, so he reportedly paid 7 expert witnesses up to $1,200 an hour to testify on his behalf. Separately, his attorney has alleged that the disgraced mogul does not have access to Adderall medicine in prison, and that he's surviving off of a diet of bread, water, and peanut butter.
Dude, what the fuck?
Dude, I don't even know,
This
man.
sounds like a Borat joke.
Those losses being as high as $2 billion.
The other guy here like did all that shit and he's out on bail.
I mean, I knew a guy that I feel like Theo Von right now. Like we had this guy back in the day. You could pay him like $10. He'd show his penis. I knew a guy though. He stole like I think it was like worth like somewhere around like $1 million.
Yeah.
He stole about $1 million from like Chesapeake. Like embezzled it kind of thing. He got caught with mail fraud. It's how he got caught. He had to serve $1 million. He served 5 years. He served 5 years in prison for $1 million. Had to pay restitution. And that's how much he got caught. Like there could be more that he had stolen. I don't know, but 5 years. That was it. This dude sold $2 billion. That's a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
And it was losses. It's not like he stole it. They just like.
Oh, so it just like up and failed.
It was a complete like failed business. So note to self, don't open up a fucking crypto, the most volatile market system in the world, in Turkey. But yeah, like 5 years here for $1 million, 11,000 years for $2 billion.
That's fucking nuts.
That's
crazy.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm
glad it's Turkey,
Yeah, I'm glad it's not here in the good old US of A where you get arrested for pissing if you're 10 years old.
But you don't have to serve 11,000 years for $2 billion. I just think it's funny that he's like his lawyers. Well, he doesn't have access to Adderall in prison. He needs his Adderall.
My client needs his Adderall. He cannot function as a human in a prison.
But on the flip side of that, have you heard of that Arthur Knight? Have you seen that saga?
No. Who's Arthur Knight?
You need to get on TikTok. Those that are listening, you should get on TikTok and look up Arthur Knight. So Arthur Knight is the fake name of this guy who used to be in the U.S., who was he's got a charge against him for like sexual assault.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty big thing, right?
Yeah.
The dude flees and ends up in the UK or in Ireland. Yeah, Ireland, where he's saying that his name is Arthur Knight. He's got the tattoos that match the guy from here. I can't remember what his actual name is, but he's come up. He's got this whole story that he's not this person they say he is. He's Arthur Knight, and somebody put these tattoos on me, and somebody altered the DNA, and they're setting me up, and all this other stuff. And he's using a fake British accent, and he's gone through all this whole Parliament thing. And sheriffs, if you didn't know, in Ireland, a sheriff is a judge. Which I found that
They
out.
got them funny wigs.
They do. They've got those funny wigs.
Oh yeah, man, me this here wig, and I'm going to judge you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so he's done this whole spectacle of like, they had to basically go to court to prove that he is not actual Arthur Knight.
That's so weird.
And then they were going to do this whole extradition thing, but apparently he's wanted in like another country, back in the UK. Yeah, it's a whole thing. And I wasn't prepared to really go that far into it. It's just this $11,000 or 11,000 years reminded me of this whole situation, right? You just got to go watch it. The dude's a nut job. At one point, he said he became Jewish, and then he wanted to wear robes. And he was wearing the robes of his people, but everybody thinks that he was just trying to mock the judge.
Oh.
And so he wore basically like judge robes and all that stuff. Yeah. It's a whole spectacle. Anyways, yeah, Nicholas Rossi, that is his name.
Holy crap! I'm looking at a picture of him. He looks. Like,
I'm telling you, if you want like, they're gonna have to come out with a true crime show about this guy but truly, this man is demented and he has all these issues. But the fact that what he's putting this like the court system through and everything is kind of funny on one side if you're gonna look at it that way. It's also sad.
He's like, somebody kidnapped me and put these tattoos to frame me.
That's exactly like he was in the hospital whenever he got arrested and all. Yeah, dude, it's a
dude. Just got this guy. Got him. You know,
Yeah.
I just saw pictures of him. He's in like an oxygen mask and.
Well, they're saying it's all fake. Like he
This
doesn't.
motherfucker.
Like he's in a wheelchair. They're saying all this is all fake, and then like, so they had to like see if he was fit to stand trial. They had to see if he was able to, if he truly is who he says he is, or if he is this Nicholas Rossi guy, which they've proven that he's not Arthur Knight. He's Nicholas. He's still sticking to his guns. He's delayed all these cases, and now, like, he's in this whole like appeals situation, and so he's going to be tied up in Ireland for however long, and then he might get extradited back to either the United States or he might go to the UK. I don't know. They're saying if he goes to the States, he won't get the care that he needs, which is probably true, because he'll probably get a shiv because of what his charge. I don't know.
He just needs to be Lee Harvey'd. Like he just needs a Jack Ruby to go over there, and Lee Harvey his ass.
I don't know if they're gonna do that though.
Ah, my gut.
They don't have the guns like that over there. Yeah, but-
Maybe they can make one out of like a Blarney Stone or
Yeah.
something. They're always trying to steal me Lucky Charms. That was from Austin Powers. It's not racist.
Yes.
Shout out to the Irish though. They got really good bars and they're the friendliest people you ever meet.
All right. So I mean, that's all I've got. Do you have anything else? We've been at it for a little while tonight.
Well, I talked to them while you were gone about Arts Goggle. We got a date for that.
Yeah. So about that, that's the same night I've got to go see Nate Bargatze.
Bergazzi.
So I think I've got it planned out.
Yes.
Chad's got to work that day. I'm pretty sure
Ooh.
because he's got that new job.
Yes.
And he's having to work weekends.
Oh yeah, you're taking pictures of babies.
Right. Taking pictures. I don't think he's taking the pictures.
Just taking pictures of babies. Look at you, dressed up like a knight.
I'm pretty sure he's trying to sell the pictures of babies, which is also.
Whoa, Chad. Chad is officially off the Funky Panther. He is not.
We're gonna go ahead and nip that in the bud
Take
real
your baby
quick.
picture, take an ass out of here. Go to
No, he's selling those night babies.
night.
Babies dressed as knights. He's selling those pictures. Selling those the packages of those babies to the people who ask for their kids to be pictures taken.
I got this picture of your son as an angel. I'm not foreshadowing anything, but I gotta take.
If
this.
you don't buy this package, I'm gonna say your son's gonna be an angel.
Oh my God.
That's his sales tactic, I believe. Anyways, so he's going to be working weekends, and so I think we're going to have to do some shifts. So, like, you and I are going to have to work, like, the first half.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have to practice. I'm sorry, you're going to be out there all day. Chad's going to work the second half because I'm going to go see Nate Bargatze.
Yeah, God. See, no, I can do that. I mean, I
I'm really looking forward to Nate.
I would.
I do think that for those the fairy babies. I do think the other Pod Squad people, come on, you need to jump in our booth. We're gonna sell some shit.
Bring your merch, bring your pictures,
places,
bring your fans, because we will service them.
And we just got all of our new merch in, and we're gonna post up this pretty soon. Chad's really good about taking like good merch photos. We're gonna put it up on Instagram. I'm wearing one of our new hats. It's a corduroy hat, kind of brown. It's got the patch on there. We're gonna have these patches for sale. And those are, I think we're selling. I don't know.
I think you said like $80.
I think they're like $5 for the patch. $5. I don't know. They're cheap for the patch. The patch is cheap. So the pins are gonna be cheap. We got some of those enamel pins, hats, shirts. Everything's gonna be $20 basically. And pick some of those up. We've got a nice tan, a nice tan hat that the women wanted. Jesse really loves hers. We've got a blue hat, a white hat. Both of those are UV protective. So if you're baldy or losing some hair up there and you need a little bit of protection, it's going to give you that protection. It's still going to look really cool. And we're hoping that our captain hats that's going to have the scrambled eggs, so like the little stuff on the brim. We're hoping that those make it by Arts Goggle.
Tossed salads and scrambled eggs.
I think they're going to sell. I think those are going to sell. But we're looking forward to all that. We're going to be out there. Javier and I are going to record a little bit while we're there. When Chad gets there, going to record a little bit when he gets there. We're going to bring some people in, talk about what's going on with Arts Goggle.
Yeah, and even like Christy on the group chat saying she's not a part of the Pod Squad, but she can help. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about 100%. Having her on. Like, please, like if you're a fan, come over. You can, like I said, whenever he was gone, you can be on. You have a chance to be on and like chat with us. Like, we'd love to talk to our people that are fans. I don't want to say fans because look at us.
We want to talk to our people. It's not our fans. They're our people.
Yes.
We are their persons.
I give it back to
people.
you.
Yeah. So we want to include everybody, and we want to get interviews from like just the general public. And again, this is just another way for us to get our names out there and get people listening and get people doing stuff. We're really trying to push. Some new designs, new merch, new things like that. Help us away. Help us along the way of becoming a Spotify. What is it? Sponsored by Spotify. Do we want to be? Who do you want to be sponsored by? Spotify? Are they the big podcast or iHeart? No, I don't want to be iHeart.
No, Spotify.
Spotify would be good. Apple would
Joe
be okay.
Rogan's got it.
I mean, if Apple wants to give us a bunch of shit,
Hey, yeah, I'll
those
take
Google glasses.
I'll take
Or
some
not
Google
Apple, not
goggles.
the Apple goggles.
Apple goggles. Go skiing and watch like movies.
All right, so let me just go ahead and we're gonna kick our music up there, and I'm gonna say I think this episode went pretty well. It was a random one for us.
I loved it. It was
but we
great.
had a lot
It was
of
a lot
good
of fun.
topics. If you don't listen or you don't catch us live, then you miss out on the first 30. And this one was probably like the first 40, maybe the first 50. Not real sure. We're gonna include a little bit from that into the main body of the episode.
Wondery's a good one too. Yeah, I just saw the smartness guys, Jason Bateman and Batman, Lego Batman, and the other guy.
Yeah, so for those that if you don't again watch us live, please just check us out at least once.
Yes.
We like to interact with our guests. That's why whenever you listen to the pod on streaming platforms that you hear us interacting with the people in our chat, this is your chance to interact with us. One day I want to take callers, man. I think that'd be so much fun.
Look, let's do callers, and then we can also get on Omegle and talk to people live.
Oh, we should do that.
If they're gonna talk shit about us, they're gonna be like, "Hey, fuck you, man," and be like, "Hey, man, fuck you," and the mom you came out of.
Yeah, we should do that. We should get on there.
Yeah.
I mean, we're probably gonna see a bunch of dicks.
Not the first, not the last.
That happens. All right. So, anyways, like and subscribe. Catch us every Tuesday on here, and I guess that's it. So, I'm Tim.
I'm Javier.
And Chad's not here, and we are
the Funky Panther. Woo!
Thank you, everybody, for listening, and remember to spay and neuter your pets.
Rumsfeld!